And we're just gonna sneakily John past him.
Don't mind me. There's
Like,
gonna be some other nerd on the computer. Oh, thank God.
now, clearly he's the only person who works in this library.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, an animation.
This looks like something I would code for the crack.
Yeah. The funniest thing is as well, like he actually like that's not the book that Drake asked him to get. That's actually the wrong title. But that's also because it's like you know, it's a mistranslation. So they probably did this bit first, and then when they translated it back into English again, they made up a different book title.
Right.
So
Well spotted. I would not. No, not cop that.
no, I think that's what it was anyway. Like as far as I know, that was the like once we actually see the book, it'll be a different title. It won't be called Old Celtic Alphabets. It'll be called something else. You know.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it's one of those things. Again, it's one of those things where like if you just like it's the first game. If you're not paying attention to what you're doing, or you're kind of doing things arse ways anyway, like I get the feeling just from how like there's two different game engines going on. They must have done the cutscenes first and then they did the game second. You know, it just explains all the continuity fuck ups and all that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so basically you have to kind of like remember which row you're looking for. So you can see there it goes from like A to J, I think it is, and I think there's another hall then that has similar
I was
books.
like, did he just fall over?
The graphics did make it look like he did, to be fair.
Yeah, it looks like it's like splat.
I wouldn't put it past him. He seems like a really clumsy
I found what I the
Yeah.
cataloging computer. The cataloging. I found what I was looking for. The book I need is in position 483.
He's using the kind of person that like his trench coat had to be shortened because he kept tripping over himself.
Which one? Books, books, books.
And back out again to check.
Yep, just confirming where it needed to go. Again, I wasn't sure if this is one of those games that kind of randomized the position of the
Oh
book.
yeah.
But that's a trick that only Sierra does, really. This game is not clever enough to do that.
No. It's like, yeah, it might be like evil enough, but it's definitely not clever enough to pull it off.
That is the best way to describe it, actually. Yep, there we go.
That's the book I was supposed to get for Blake. The Celtic Orthographic System by Scott M. Winfield.
So the voice actor had a different name for it. The text had a different name for it, and the computer had a different name. Like, the
It's
game is
never
literally
like this game is just built to be like failed.
inconsistent. Yeah.
Here, madam. I
And here we
found the
go.
book I was looking for. I'd like to borrow it.
This one?
Yes? Is there something wrong with it?
You bet there is. This is our reference copy.
What's that supposed to mean?
I can't lend it to you. You will have to read it here.
You can't be serious.
Oh
surely.
God. Right,
Here we
okay.
go again.
I have to take it
Round
to
two with
someone.
Mrs. Owen.
You heard me.
She's just such a
Do you at least
dickhead.
have a copying machine?
No. Why don't you copy the pages you need by hand?
Madam, I've told you the book's not for me. I wouldn't know which pages are important, and I can hardly copy the whole book by hand.
That's...
Now again, like there's been certain
Right.
parts of this argument where
I
like
thought
Halligan
as
is
much.
definitely the bad guy,
Didn't
whereas
you
like
make
this
an
is
exception?
clearly a
Don't do
300-page fucking
exceptions.
tome.
Have you any
And
idea
we've
how
said it
many
before.
reference
Oh
copies
yeah,
we've
like
been
I don't know what I
stolen?
need. So why don't you just write the whole thing, 300
All
pages
right,
worth
forget
by
it.
hand? Meh.
And
Fucking arsehole she
there's no
is.
taking phones, like take pictures of the page that you need.
No. But like, what library doesn't have a fucking copying machine as well? Like my local private library has a fucking 3D printer for fuck's sake. Like, sorry about you. Like, I've no sympathy for Oxford here. Like, Do you expect all their fucking Tory students to copy everything by hand? Although in fairness, that's probably how they got indoctrinated in the first
The
place.
cover of this history
Yeah.
book is a perfect fit for the book I want to borrow.
Okay, so now we've switched sleeves. So now that we know that the Roman currency book is basically selling like hotcakes, this shouldn't be a problem.
Right, I've finished here. I found a different book that interests me. I assume you'll let me borrow this one.
We'll see.
Considering there's
Whatever
fucking
here.
50 of them.
Let me see. Oh, the Roman monetary system and fiscal policies.
I'll just pat it there.
Yes, you may borrow this
Yeah, just give it a
one.
little boop.
And just think, I've actually read this one. What a coincidence. A brilliant piece of work. Very vivid and never gets boring. You know, I wanted to be a historian, and Roman coins were my special field. But then I met my husband here at the university. He was working on his doctoral
It's like,
thesis.
and now
And,
finally,
well,
after
you know how it
understanding
is.
the librarian, we
I
get
could
our fucking
discuss
life
Roman
story.
coins for
Because that's what we
hours.
wanted from all this, was
Madam,
to
so
learn about
highly
Miss Owen.
interesting, but
Why
I
is
do
she the way
really
she
want to
is?
borrow
Why
this
did she
book.
vote Conservative in the
Oh,
last
yes,
election?
of
You know,
course.
all these
Come with me.
questions and
There
more.
you go.
Thank you for the book.
Why does she
You're
hate foreigners, Burkbot?
great.
You see, that's the central question.
I
Why
do
did she
hope
vote
you're
Brexit
not
in the first
angry with
place?
me.
You know, that's what we're trying to
If there's
learn here.
any way I can
She
help,
wants her old, good
I
old
don't
British
hesitate to
Roman
tell you.
coins. That's what it
Not
is.
for the moment. thank
That's
you.
it, exactly. Beautiful
You
British
must be
Roman
off
coins.
Naturally,
None of them
naturally.
foreign African
See you
coins you
soon.
hear so much about.
See you soon. The key for the door of wisdom.
Yes, that joke rather annoyed Kira in the gallery there. Now you see why.
You're being sarcastic.
Yes, that's breathe in, breathe in. It's tongue in cheek,
Okay.
and she's fine. Okay, so
Sorry, I was on American TikTok. They don't get subtleties like that.
yeah, well, America doesn't.
I forgot to switch back to normality.
Yeah, well, remember America's idea of subtlety is a shotgun, so you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
so now we got a book. So now we can run back to Northampton. He actually does have such a. I want for some reason I kind of want a trench coat just so I can run around like him. Like he's like a really shit John Barrowman like cosplayer. Like
That's exactly it.
isn't it like he's just like running around the fucking like forest of Wales like an idiot. Like that's what Halligan wants to be. And here we go. That automated
Hello,
door
Mr. Blake.
system that Blake
Mr.
has is great,
Halligan.
isn't it?
Have you got the
Mm.
book?
No,
Here you
I
are.
just popped in to
Here's
see
the
how you're
book you
doing.
asked for.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Halligan.
No, this
Well,
isn't. This
did
is
you
the
have any
Roman currency
difficulties
book.
with Mrs. Owen
I mean, I read this as
together?
well. It's quite good.
One I couldn't handle.
Good. I'll get to work at once. Oh, by the way, Mr. Halligan.
That librarian,
Miss
she's some
Turner
hot
called
piece
about
of
an hour
ass.
ago. She's worried about you because you haven't been in touch for such a
You know,
long
I tapped
time.
her around
She
when I
said
was in, and
yes. She said she needs to speak to you urgently.
Do you mind if I use your phone?
No need. I asked her to come out here and join me. She should be arriving any
wow,
minute now.
that deserved a musical sting. My God, Melanie's coming here.
The book will be a great help. You'd better just wait here for a moment.
I'll just take a look around then, if you don't mind.
Of course not. Be my guest.
Oh, there we are.
Mr. Halligan, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Point at me.
Well, I had to get Mr. Blake this book.
That took rather a long time. I've been phoning around asking for you.
You should have
been trying to
seen
get hold of
this
me?
guy's
Yes.
computer
I
history.
also went to Scotland Yard and spoke to your chief. He's a bit cross with you.
Cross with me? Why, what have I done now?
Lord Sinclair's planning to bring charges against you for burglary.
What? I don't believe it.
You stole my flesh,
That
you
old devil
bastard.
Sinclair seems to feel he's pretty safe, doesn't he?
It looks that way. It seems he has very influential friends in the police force. Whatever, your chief asked me to
Well,
tell
to be fair,
you
the
you're suspended,
police chief was around the
effective
fucking table, so yeah.
Oh, and the next time you come to the office, he expects you to give him a comprehensive report in writing.
What? He can't be serious. Don't tell me he's handing the
So,
case back
wait a
to
minute.
that
So if I
thick-headed
never
mouse.
come back to Scotland
No,
Yard, I
no.
don't have to write a
All he
report.
said was that he expects you to hand the file
Genius.
to him as soon as you get back to the yard.
I certainly will not. This business is just too important to let go. I don't care what the chief says. I'm going to carry this case through on my own.
The jazzy like piano is so
Uh-oh.
off-putting.
Oh, there's a
What's going
cutscene.
on out there?
Oh,
Uh-oh. There's an earthquake.
what
They
the
don't have
fuck?
What's happening?
to. Uh-oh.
Leave me. Get out of the danger zone. Here, take the parchment and go.
What?
Thank you,
Come on, Mr.
no!
Blake. Let's get out of here.
Mr. Blake, your voice has
Get out of
changed.
here. I'll follow you.
Are you sure?
Get out of here. Quickly, run.
Go! Flee! Fly, you fool!
What the fuck? What?
Give you until sunset to give my property back to me.
Do you not recognize an ancient druidic fireball when you see it, Burkbot?
Funny enough, no.
No, well there you go. See, you haven't been reading the books clearly. Getting too.
Can I just say, like, it is now... They're just standing
God,
looking at it on
Mr.
fire
Blake.
Yeah.
I have to go back and get him
for
out of there.
a good
Crazy?
20
Don't
seconds.
Go. It's
Yep.
pointless.
That's
You
because they
can't
didn't
help
cut
him
off the
anymore.
cutscene.
He's dead.
They basically kept the slack time in the cutscene
Oh my
and
God.
then just like then switched
Let's
back
get
to
out
their
of
old
here,
engine.
Melanie. Otherwise, we'll be next.
Where can we go?
Jesus Christ.
To Scotland Yard?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not a good
it's
idea.
fun.
The chief inspector's waiting for me there. We'd only lose time.
Yeah, and I'll be accused of petrol bombing an old man's house.
So what can we do?
You heard what Mr. Blake said.
Wouldn't it be really funny if actually this all was just like one like massive delusion from Halligan and he was just dealing with the IRA the entire time?
Then we're lost.
Like,
No, Melanie.
like I mean,
He's
it's
still passed out in the
What
lab.
do you mean?
yeah, he's just confused like Irish Republicans for fucking for ancient druids. They're practically the same people, you know.
Power 1,000 years ago.
You believe in that Gate of the Worlds thing? It's just a myth, a fairy tale.
The question is not whether I believe in
Melanie, the
it.
house
The
blew
question
up
is whether we have any
from a fireball.
options.
You're right.
There was
Come
literally
on,
a
It's still
fireball.
good, it's still good.
There was a fireball and then an ethereal voice saying, "I'm going to get you, Halligan." Bear. And yeah, here's 12 bridges. This is the place.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I see the 12. It's not just 6.
exactly. And yes, you'd be shocked to hear there is no such place as called 12 Bridges in England.
This
Or
Oh,
at least
yeah.
there's no actual point of reference here, you know.
It's beautiful.
But also rather ramshackle. Just like Mr. Blake
The
told us.
landscape doesn't look very British either, but, you know,
No.
however.
Could I ask you something?
Again, they were kind of taking
That depends
guesses
on
at
just
this
how
stage.
personal it is, Brent.
What did you think of me when I first came to your museum?
What did I think? Brent, do I really have to tell you?
So clearly now that we've like escaped the massive cataclysm and there are ancient druids afterwards, now it's time to get the backstory for Melanie Turner.
Oh God, is it that bad?
Well, do you promise?
Like, I don't care.
Okay, I promise.
Yeah.
I thought
Like,
this
you know
was
what it is?
Really
wearing a totally
Don't
unfashionable coat.
care.
No,
That's what you thought.
no. You see, this is the thing. You see, right? The little nugget they threw in at the before Blake got like smashed up the fuck
Perhaps
was
we can chat a bit
oh,
more
Melanie was
later.
calling for us.
Now we've got other
Therefore,
problems as
she
well, don't you
cares
think?
about us.
Sure.
Do you see what's going to happen next?
We will find a way of
Right,
getting over that.
I hope
Yeah,
so, Brent.
yeah. Do you see where we're going with this now?
Melanie,
Brent,
it's about that conversation we had.
what is it, Brent? More questions? You're really curious.
Could I ask you something personal?
That depends on just how personal it is, Brent.
Why did you phone Mr. Blake?
You know why. I wanted to talk to you because of the business with the chief.
But at Mr. Blake's, you said
The
that
triumphant
you
music during this backstory really is
I
helping
haven't
matters.
heard from you for a while. And after all we'd gone through together,
Is it? Is it?
No, no, it is not. Of course
Okay,
not.
yeah.
Being completely facetious when I say that.
You know, I'm not really used to anybody caring about me apart from myself. And
Like, it's
apart from
keeping me
Chief Inspector
awake.
Miller, of course. But he's only worried whether I'm doing
Yeah,
I
that's
something
because the
suppose it's
volume.
working.
his beloved
That's because the volume
It's
mixing
all
is
right,
bad.
Brent.
That's
You're a
accidental, if
nice
anything.
man. Strange, but nice.
Okay, so he didn't say nice
Are
guy.
you married?
You know? Okay, so
Oh,
that's
Was that too private a question?
Yes. No.
Halligan going
Oh, I
straight in
don't
there
know.
now.
You don't have to answer.
It's all right, Brent. I was married. I got married as soon as I was 18. You know. My father dragged one of his younger colleagues round
And
to our
now
house
we'll get
every
to the point
weekend.
where
A real high
me,
flyer
as
with
someone
Oh.
who
an
has written
expensive
characters
car
before,
and a golf club.
really fucking hates this next bit.
He was called Peter.
Like, despises it.
And you married him?
Yes, my father did everything he could to
Oh,
bring us
God.
together. I was young. I didn't have a clue what I wanted and what was important to me. In time, I just got used to Peter being around, and I thought that feeling must be love. So I married him. Christ, I was really just a stupid child.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she can make this any clearer, Halligan.
Hint. Fucking hint. Like, it's not even that. It's like I'm there going like, are they gonna go down this way? Are they really going to give her a tragic backstory to make her a sympathetic female character because they're male writers and they don't know how to write women? So what better way to have people sympathize than by making them vulnerable?
Yep.
The answer is yes. That is what they're going to do next.
After our wedding, Peter soon changed. You know, at the beginning, he was
Oh,
sort of
yeah,
charming.
here we go.
Then he
Mm-hmm.
became different. Unpredictable. Hot-tempered, violent.
He hit you?
Yes. It started with a box round the ears, and then it happened all the time.
You put up with that?
For some time, I did. I thought, well, that's what it's like to be married.
How long did that go on for?
About 2 years. Then I divorced him when I found out that he'd been unfaithful to me with some girls from the golf club all the time.
So yeah, that's just really distasteful.
And did you
I'll be
start
honest.
studying immediately after
Like-
getting divorced?
Yes.
There is
Started
no
working
benefit to
and
knowing
financed
this.
my
There is
studies
no
myself.
benefit to this whole scene
I
so
wanted to
far.
be independent
Yeah.
at last. From my father.
And this doesn't even come into play later
Everything
on.
that
Like
had
there is
restricted
no
me
actual
I studied
like
like
logic
mad.
behind
I
this.
spent the nights
It
in
is
the
literally
library.
because they
And you were
basically didn't
successful.
I
know
didn't have anything
how to.
left
They didn't know
apart
how
from
to
my
give
career.
a female character
thought,
backstory.
make
So
the
let's
best
make
of
her
it.
a domestic abuse
And it worked.
victim. Like, because clearly, like
Your father did.
it's supposed to be a case of well,
Of course,
Halligan's
my
really
father wasn't
nice.
delighted
Therefore,
with the divorce.
she
He
must
saw
want
how I
to
suffered all the time,
basically
but he didn't want to
upgrade. It
believe it.
was like, or maybe she just
After all,
wants to be
the
left
whole thing had
alone,
been his idea.
like a lot of
Yeah.
people.
When I told him
You
that I
know?
wanted to split up,
Like
his
that's
first concern was
like
that
that's
it
the most
might
that's the
harm
most
his
absurd
research
part is that like
contacts.
they basically positioned well first of all you see they've
You
done
get on
a
well
critical
with
mistake in that okay
After
they've
splitting
already
up with
decided at
Peter,
this
we lost
stage that
touch for a
Melanie
number of
and Brent
years.
should be
My
a couple
father just
or they're
couldn't
going to start
understand
falling in
why I
love or
wouldn't
some
do
other
what he
nonsense like
wanted
that, right?
anymore.
So now they
He
have to
couldn't
position
understand
it
how I
so
could
that
deprive him
one
of
thing
his
the Halligan's
eventually
really
gorgeous
nice and really
son-in-law.
thoughtful and he's going to
He was
be a
disappointed in
wonderful
me,
doting fucking
and I
husband,
was
and
disappointed in
two,
him.
Melanie is essentially
It was only when I
like
got my degree
has a
and we became
character
colleagues,
that
so
would
to
fall for
speak,
him quick
that our
enough.
relationship improved
And
again.
Yeah.
the two mistakes with that is
What
that
about your
one, she
mother?
clearly
I
isn't
lost
that
my mother a
because
long
they
time
couldn't
ago.
decide whether she's fucking
She
Lara
had
Croft
cancer
or
and
a
died
vulnerable
very
woman.
early,
So you had to
when I
go
was
for
only
like
9.
a weird mix between the two. And
That must
Halligan
have been a
very
difficult
clearly is
time
not
for you.
nice.
It was
He's a
hell.
prick.
Yeah.
I was alone,
He's been
broke,
written as a prick
and
since
I'd had
day
enough of
one.
men.
Like literally the first 5 minutes of the game, he's stealing like
Have you
pocket
ever
change
heard
from a
from
homeless
us
person
Peter
because
Griffin
his
since?
phone bill
After
is
the
too
divorce, he behaved like a
expensive.
lunatic for
Like
months. He called all the time, or he appeared